Pisces, it's an understatement to say that Neptune is in a precarious space this week, but also a very mighty one. And this is a time of change. In fact, changing the very most inner parts of you, especially the pain that you've gone through, into something very innovative and very creative, and like it's almost like bringing these dark or dark, not as in bad, but dark as in you've kept them to yourself, and now it's like bringing them to light, or finding a way to bring this genius to light. We'll get into the astrology. Pisces, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Pisces sun, moon, and rising sign. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, because I upload a new video every single week, and then you can smack that notification bell and ensure that you get notified when I upload your favorite content. Pisces content comes out every single Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Also, I do a live tarot card reading daily on my second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, and I hope you guys will join me for that. So let's take a look. We have be loyal to what you love. Okay, this is Cancerian energy. For me, a lot of this is almost like a timestamp. Like, this is happening during Cancer season. This could also be something that's stemming from your family line. It's also just blatant. Be loyal to what you love. Be true to who you are. Be true to yourself. Remember, you can only be loyal. You can only be loyal to what you love. You can only be loyal to yourself if you love yourself. You have to love yourself to be loyal to what you love. You have to be included in that scenario. Be loyal to what you love. Time to let go to what's been eating away at your heart. A lot of times what you can do is, in other words, these obligations that have filled you up, those necessities and those things that you think you need to be, the things that you have grown bitter about or angry about or upset about or frustrated with, because ultimately they don't really fit who you are or what you love, but instead they fit what you feel obligated to. This is a time of realignment for you, so you can come back into this fullness of self, not full of yourself, but this full sense of your own presence, of knowing who the fuck you are, as opposed to how often you may have gotten bogged down by what you felt you had to be. This is Cancer and Scorpio energy, and I have to say, this entire week, not only do you start out with a very profound energy around this full moon, because Neptune is sextile to the full moon in conjunction with Pluto, but it's also directly trine to the sun conjunct Mercury. And it has this beautiful like sort of weave between the sextile to the Pluto moon conjunction that is trine to Uranus, that is sextile to the sun and Mercury conjunction. So it's in that zigzag. It's like it almost like this lightning bolt, this inspiration that comes through pain, through suffering, through realizing how life feels when you are not loyal to what you love. When you bury who you are or what you love under a lot of obligations, and you continuously disappoint yourself by not standing by yourself, by not sticking up for yourself, by not believing in yourself. And now all of a sudden it's like, what do I do with all this breaking through, maybe never wanting to go back to where you were buried, and maybe only living a half life. We have this energy, give with gratitude and grace. So this is generosity, kindness, also putting your full self into something. This is also philanthropic energy of being really good to others. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power from giving yourself away. Reclaim your power, coming out of the shadows and out of the dark, and doing really what's right for everybody by being who you are. Also stepping out of the shadows and out of the crowd, stepping away from the crowd and allowing yourself to be independent of anything that you needed to fit into, emerging or standing out of the crowd by being loyal to what you love that you have sat on for so long. It has been aching at you, it has been gnawing at you, and now you are giving yourself what yourself needs. And what yourself needs is that infusion of, I've just got to change, I've just got to get the fuck out of here, I've just got to let myself be myself. Remember, guys, there's always an extended reading. So after this reading, to continue the message with me, come and join me. That link is below. Or you can join the Unbound membership to this channel, which gives you unlimited access to all of the extended readings and the channel perks. So which direction are we headed? Where? Okay, you have not set healthy boundaries. There you go. And that's likely. That's likely. It's a Piscean character trait. Because everybody molds into you, you mold into everybody, and beyond that, you also kind of, everybody sort of litters your waters. You are the dumping ground, just like our oceans are, and because you're accepting, because you find a way to be okay or relate to or empathize with everyone. The purpose of boundaries isn't to keep people out, it's to keep yourself together, so that you don't spread out so thin you dry up, right? So set healthy boundaries is in reverse. You've done too much. You've been giving too much to a group dynamic. Not that this group is bad, or that you shouldn't belong or care about this cause or whatever it is, but you've been giving too much to a group dynamic, given too much of yourself, or maybe even losing yourself. This group could be your family. It could be some outside motivation or some outside, cause, right? You haven't been setting healthy boundaries here. This is the Pluto energy, and this is what really interests me, because something's been bugging you about this, and I don't think something's been bugging you about maybe what you've been seeing or how you've been treated. It's a good way to have somebody reveal themselves to you, to give them everything you are, and then to see how much they take. This is really that feeling of getting a good sense or grapple on who somebody really is. Love is all around. So this is talk, speaking, compliments, or people singing your praises. Okay, act as if. So people are singing your praises. Why? Because you're giving them everything that they want. You're giving them access to anything and everything that they want access to. And in some ways, you've just been blending in, which is not really, it's not really your position in life to just blend in. You've been taking a backdrop to do the right thing, to be kind or be good. But I don't think that you've been considering yourself in that scenario. Act as if, like a fly on the wall, just trying to blend in, just trying to blend in. Why have you been wanting to just blend in instead of stand out? It's not that you haven't been wanting to stand out. It's that you haven't been standing out because you've been doing it the same way everybody else does it. You've been fitting in with this group, this crowd, this whatever it is. You've been doing it their way, and you've been applying your skills and talents to their modality. It's time for you to create who you are, not who somebody else is. This is not time for their modality. It's time for you to invent and all of a sudden have an electric shock breakthrough of inspiration. Trust your inspiration this week because it is off the fucking hook, Pisces. But this is why. This is a sense of you've been drying up, you've been blending in, you've been putting all your energy and talents into this conduit that everybody else uses. And yeah, people have been singing your praises. There's been a lot of joy, there's been a lot of friendship, there's been a lot of camaraderie. Maybe there's been a lot of promises of we're going to give you things. We're going to get, we're going to give stuff to you. There's Capricornian energy here of just give. It's time to give. It's better to give than receive. Maybe that's what it is purposely. You're doing this intentionally. You're working on something intentionally, not trying to get any credit for it, trying to stay in the back, trying to just give for free by the goodness of your heart so that you can intentionally remain liberated to be able to be you and be playful instead of maybe having to take the full brunt of being out in front. That's really interesting. Then we have this, which is very much your energy, being playful or learning through play by being playful. Playing around with something, playing around with maybe new concepts. It's almost like maybe you're even exchanging your energy or your work for an opportunity to play around with new stuff, fiddle around with new ideas. It's like you're in an experimental phase. Okay, so what is this? Why? What's going on? Or let's put it this way, what's coming out of it? Pisces. This and that are true. That's ambiguous. Maybe you're trying to stay ambiguous. You're just giving without trying to receive because you don't want to make a commitment right now. You're caught between which one you prefer, and you're enjoying not having to decide about what, though. Pisces. You've been trying to stay low. You've been trying to lay low, trying to stay off the radar or off somebody's radar. Just trying to be good, just trying to be okay. But trust the great mystery of what? Awakening. You're about to wake up. You've been ambiguous. I'm telling you right now, you've been ambiguous for too long. It's about damn time you take this plunge. It's about damn time. But what is this plunge with regards to, with respect to? Trust the great mystery. Just dive in. What you've wanted, what you've been longing for, what you've been desiring. And what you've been desiring is to be center fucking stage and to stand the fuck out. But this is it. This is what you've been looking at for a while. This is about being held back. Or like everybody else has got their claws at you. So it's like being held back from this singular thing that you really would love to focus on. You're distracted. In some ways, I feel like this is a safety mechanism, trying to lie low. 19, this is the energy of completion. You're about damn ready to step out, to debut. This is a wedding. Could be a wedding. 9 and then 10. You're about to step the fuck out. What does that mean, though? What does that mean, though, for Pisces? What does that mean? More Gemini energy. You've been working really hard on something, maybe something with communications. You've been writing something. Okay, could be musical as well. But this is Gemini Virgo, so this is Mercurial. You've got something to say. And in terms of Neptune, it's like it's been in concept and now you're giving it a voice. And maybe in some ways you're working through other people. You're intentionally working in the backdrop, but then you would still be the puppeteer, the puppet master. You don't want to be maybe in the spotlight, but this is like George Lucas level creativity kind of thing. You may not be in the spotlight, but you're going to be in the spotlight for what you end up creating with everybody else who is. So are you producing something? You're producing something, you're creating something, you're generating almost this whole script or world. It's like you're world building and writing about it. This could also be communications, talking to somebody at a distance from you or talking to somebody that is different than you. And like lying low and not trying to say too much because in some ways they're introducing you to a different perspective that is blowing your mind somehow. But to what end, I guess is what I'm asking. You're working on something. Written communications, talking, singing. What the fuck is this? Tick tock, the clock is ticking, it's time. The clock is ticking for what? Treasure Island? It's about damn time. So the time is now. And Aquarius got that energy too. Serendipity. All of a sudden, it strikes and Treasure Island. Timing hits. What is this hitting though? What is this? For Pisces. Take time to breathe out. Were you on vacation recently? Trying to just gather yourself, lie low. Interesting enough how sometimes breakthroughs come when we relax and when we recede and we're not activated. We're not being aggressive. Take time to breathe out. You're not answering my questions, God. I need actual answers. Nothing on here is giving me exactly what I need. Look at the bigger picture. This is Sagittarius energy. You might be aiming at something foreign or in a different country than you, or definitely aiming at something larger or like a bigger fish. Like it's a larger target. Look at the bigger picture. It's time to release negativity. Full moon, 2 full moons. Pisces. What are you doing? What is it? Tell me. What does Pisces need to know? Your pain. Your pain is giving you direction. You're using your pain. You're now understanding. You get it now. You understand why you were suffering or struggling. You may have been struggling with whatever it was. The fucking struggle mattered. And now you understand the purpose and the intent of it and the larger application, how it affects generally, how it affects people. And this effect on people is exactly where your huge like treasure trove is. Treasure trove is, it's like almost an alarm clock goes off in your head. Bam. It's something to do, you're in a part of a group, you're a part of a crowd, you were donating your time, you were donating your energy, and this is a way to like put your pain to use, to productivity, and aim it at a larger target. But what is that larger target? What is that larger target? busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. Why have you been so busy? To avoid this bigger picture, it's almost like maybe you've been aiming too wide because you've been avoiding what it is you really, really should be digging down into. This heartache, this suffering, this sorrow, that's going to give you your real focus and open shit up for you. It's time. It's almost like you can't avoid this anymore. Healthy communication in relationships, heart-to-heart discussions, and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. You're here going around, scattering around, trying to help everybody else. There is a specific person. That's why Gemini energy kept coming up. There is a specific person that you need to dig down and fucking talk to. Who is it? Capricorn energy, devil in reverse. This is like getting over addictions, getting over attachments, getting over negative behavior, negative attachments, releasing fear. Who is this? Who is this? This person that Pisces needs to dig down and talk to. Could be a father figure. The Star card here. Your aspirations are directly related to needing to be good enough for this person. They're directly related to never feeling good enough for this person, around this person, or about this person. Ultimately, now it's got to be about you and not having to prove anything. But there's a conversation that needs to be had, directly talking to. Even if you can't talk to them anymore because they're in the spirit world, talk directly to the spirit world. And this communication, or you're finally getting the opportunity to finally speak and say or do or reach out, reach people. You finally found a way to reach somebody. Let's go to the extended. I'll see you guys there.